Oh, hello. I'm back again, this time with Zadar. This is actually my first character ever. Made him back over 8 years ago. He's a Dragon Knight. He's been both stamina and currently is a magic using Dragon Knight. He's also the main crafter and started him back in a time when you could basically be a crafter or you could go out and kill things, but you really couldn't do both because you didn't have the skill points. Zadar here has been a werewolf, might actually still be a werewolf. Used to be a vampire and then got rid of that. And has hit level 10 in the Sijic and the Thieves Guild and pretty much everything else. So I don't use him as much for specific things like PvPing or doing the Dungeon Undaunted stuff for that. But overall, he's great, and it's really useful to have a character that can actually kill things when you have to go find certain rare mats. Anyway, in a little while, as we all know, the new chapter will drop, and there will be, of course, new housing. Unfortunately for me, it'll probably be the Britain-style housing that you're standing in right now, with the sort of 13th, 14th century Tudor French style. And I unfortunately like that. And I say unfortunately because it means I'll probably be wasting a lot of time getting a new house and God help me decorating it. And I really don't like doing that. So I'm going to quickly do a review of a couple of my really good houses that I like. And then we're going to head over to Panther Fang Chapel and see what I've started doing now. This here is the Gardener house. It's slightly larger than the other one in East March, but they're basically the same type. And I made this sort of as like a trade house and then a pub bar underneath, along with living quarters. Right here, we're on the first level. There's our faithful servant. Yes, I still keep him. He occasionally says some really strange things. And the first entranceway, just your basic, it looks sort of like a lodge union hall type thing, I guess, that would go back to the 13th century. A multifunctional building. This over here, oops, is the other entranceway, but it isn't really that active, and it's mostly used to go down there. Like again, I tried to make it look like people actually use this place instead of just sort of empty with some furniture hanging around. Like the table set. The hardest part of actually doing any decorating I found isn't, the furniture or actually finding the plans. You can do that. It's finding the little stuff like the dice or the tablecloths and the skooma dispenser and stuff like that. That's hard to find. And these glass things here, the sort of decorations actually make a place look like somebody's been around it. These dice seem to be floating off the table. I'll probably correct it at some point. I actually did this house somewhere around within year 3. This is the first real house that I did everything with. And it kind of shows it. We didn't have the precision editing, so like I said, I have dice that are sort of floating off the table just a little bit. But I still haven't really done much to alter it because I like how this looks. Over here is the office area with the hearth. Cats, regular house cats. Our friends, the banker cats, haven't made an appearance yet. Redguard is basically the style I use because I actually like it. It doesn't look weird fantasy-like. It just looks like normal stuff people would use. You won't believe how hard it was to actually get these scrolls and stuff stuck into this empty bookcase here. A lot of time and effort. Again, this was done before we had the updates with the precision editing tool, which would have made this so much easier. Oh yeah, the cat. Meows. Okay, let us. This is basic, the main entrance area, office, stuff like that. Go upstairs to some living quarters. Our friend is wandering around. Obviously, the house guests are an addition of later. As you can see, there isn't a lot of the newer DLC stuff around here at all, because it didn't exist when I made this. Now, another cat. And oh, there's the banker cat. Or it could be the merchant cat, then that means the banker cat is somewhere around here. This is another bedrooms that I set up. I'm not even sure if they did. They must have had Orsium drop because by the time this came out, by the time I actually did this. But that's about it, I think. Yeah, because I think that oh no, Hailu bathtub. Okay, now I know when this came out. Right when Burdenfall dropped, because that tub there is from there, and I don't think I installed it later. And I just sort of put this house down and left it, and only came back really to put in the, I guess, for the banker and that. And again, mainly I just liked how it looks like this, the basic house. And now we go downstairs. And this is why I like this one over the one in East March. It has a downstairs. Another huge painting. This is one of the few places in the beginning you could put paintings this size. Here is the kitchen area with our guest here. This is probably the best made out kitchen area I've done in a long time. But then again, you had what you had to work with and you didn't have so many choices. This is the normal bar drinking pub. Guess I killed a bunch of these guys beforehand. And over here is the workshop. And as you've noticed, it might be missing a couple of things actually. I don't think I have the armor center in here at all. I'm not going to bother to put it in. Oh, I do have the outfit changing center though. Yeah, I'm not going to stick the armor center in here. It just wouldn't matter. I'd have to get rid of something. But anyway, I like how this turned out too. And all the various crap like the Khajiit symbolism and stuff that I've acquired at this point. So this is what housing looks like at about year 3 to maybe year 4. I don't remember exactly when I finished this. And again, other than the putting in the house guests and that, it hadn't really changed much at all. So let us go to a more current house. I'm not going to bother with going to Sleek Creek here. It's set up basically as a crafting station, and mainly because it's close to the town right here, which is an incredibly useful place. I like it though. Most of my characters are stationed there, but still, it's pretty basic. You just plop down the crafting areas on the outside, and you're good to go. Okay, the latest thing I've done is this. The Aquarian Alpine Gallery. Yes, I want to go. And this really is the inspiration for doing Panther Fang, because Panther Fang is let's say this is like the club lodge and Panther Fang is the central headquarters. That's sort of what these two look like. And when this loads, and no, I don't have all that stuff in the place that you see there. This looks like some collector house. Oh, after last update, oh, here we go. I was going to say after the last update, things seem to be running smoother. Okay, this is the Aquarian Gallery. Up there I have Mike the Liar. I have a dog because I actually like this dog, and it goes good with patrolling around the area. And I particularly like the guard wandering around patrolling. And I have this merchant stuff just parked over here. I didn't really do much over here yet. This is pretty much finished, and I don't think I'm going to plop anything down here. Maybe I'll put a merchant stall or something. Let's see. For those of you who don't know, this is kind of... Oh, I can't because I have something, probably the dog, parked right there. Oh yeah, the dog, the Mastiff, is... This is part of his path. Once you put things out there like a dog or a Mike here or everybody else and have them on a path, the next time you add stuff, you really want to be careful because you can't drop it anywhere on their pathway. Otherwise it messes them all up. If you're doing any type of major redecorating, I would suggest picking up all your companions and then putting them back down again. It's just easier than trying to work your way around the paths that they have. Now let's see, since I'm in this mode, you'll see how intricate some of the pathways get. Since it's up in the middle of the mountains and elsewhere, you can see, what the hell is that? Probably the town way out there. That's surprising. Anyway, I have this sort of stuff, you know, basic Khajiit mysticism things, and you'll see why soon. This I kept pretty well basic. Now, the golden idol, of course everyone has to have one of those, because I want it more look like a lodge retreat, not exactly a monastery, but something like that, for the mystic cult order that my Khajiit clan is in. This is the dining area. When I get out of build mode here, we'll go inside with the cups and other stuff. Again, it's not so much the big areas that make a place look cool. It's like the little stuff, like having the oranges set out there with the bread basket and things like that on the table. Like people actually live here. Now, as you can see, I have several pathing ways. There's the dog. He finally heads back that way. I didn't want too many people clouded up in here. Here's where the traveling merchant stands are at. This here is the workstations. I have her, Asa Darrow. I actually redid the companions here just recently. She looks like a good guard type to wander around up here. Yeah, this is getting kind of annoying. Get rid of the build mode. But that just gives you an idea of the pathways and how complex you can get them once you see it. This is your traveling merchant's tent with a bunch of stuff that I've collected. Let's see what she does. Yay, great. I have a secret operative running around in my secret base. Well, what do you want? Okay, this is over here, the orc, I guess she would be called Smith Wife, how they do it in their society. Anyway, she's a smith. She usually hangs out there and then wanders around here in another little seating area. Over here, however, is the ritual area. When I saw this, I thought, wow, this would be perfect for this sort of thing right here. Because I can't really see wasting it on like a dock or shipping area or something stupid like that. I mean, for those of you who have done it, I'm sure they've done really well, but I just couldn't see putting out a shipping area or something like a picnic area. It just looked kind of lame with chairs plopped around. So I actually did a theme here. Also another crafting station because it made sense to have like this thing here. And plus the poisoning and then all the ritual stuff that you need for enchanting and that here. Since it's a private house, it doesn't really need to be that far away. Up here is the Vampiric Mirror, which when it's dark, which is starting to get that way, really looks cool because it glows and shows the whole area. And then over here is where you cleanse yourself with the purifying fires. Hit the coil of that. You can extinguish or leave that on. I leave it on because it sort of makes this stuff look cool. A lot of this is from various areas, as you've noticed, like elsewhere, the Hardgrave areas in Solitude, places like that, to sort of just set up basic ritual area. We have various statues and lanterns around. Let's see what he says. Now, some areas you can't actually talk to them because they're up too high. I'll have to fix him a little while. He's meditating and floating on air. Okay, in here I have her doing serving duties. Since I have the banker cat and the merchant cat wandering around, I don't need really anyone else. This is the basic eating, casual meeting area. I should probably put in a few more tables and chairs here when I get around to it. Actually, I'll see what I have left over from Panther Fang and stick them in here. Most larger houses are always works in progress. Here's the office area. I have not bothered to put books and scrolls in here because of how difficult I found it to be before. However, now when I acquire them, I may stick them in here, in the shelving net, since I can do it with the precision editing. It's a matter of just finding the little knickknacks and stuff to stick all over here. That's what's needing to fill in here. One of these days soon when I start to do the other place, I'll just crank out a bunch of dishes, candles, and books and towels and whatever else, and just run through both places and put them in here. Here's the ritual meeting room. As your basic beginning Illuminati, Freemasons, whoever you want. And you can see why this ties in with the stuff back outside. You also see that this is fairly old too because of the pews, although I thought this worked better, the Britain pews with the basic Britain, North England or North Germany style house. It's a real pain in the ass to line this up, and then thankfully about this time the precision editing kicked in and I was able to redo it. I have the various, artifacts and that in here. Another gong, or a different gong. Our friend the scholar. A couple of more ornate things. Whatever that weird cube thing is, it looked kind of neat, so I might as well stick it in here. I'm sure somebody will figure out its mysteries at some point in time. And then up here is the basic meeting casual area. Again, this is nice because it's one of the few places you can actually put pictures that size in. And then upstairs is the basic sleeping bedroom area. Most people don't hang out here year-round, but we can accommodate guests for special events. And another small meetings common area, which can be turned into additional sleeping quarters when needed. And that pretty much is this house. I still have some things to do on it. Like I said, putting stuff on tables and making it look more lived in. I did a lot of that with the outside more. So let us head back outside. Okay, and now, let's not group here. We will head to Panther Fang, what I'm currently working on, and we'll do more with them shortly. Okay, we're in Panther Fang. I don't know why it always plops you in down here. It'd be a lot nicer if it'd stick you somewhere else. I haven't done much down here at all. I've just started. I added these statue things here. I'm not having any of my guests wander down here. Just you basically come up here and enter through the chapel. Like I said, just started this. I actually got it with the furnishings, mainly because I liked the furnishings and it made things a lot easier. So let's see, I haven't done much to this and I'm not going to. What I have done, I will add more knickknacks and stuff like that. I installed our friend here. He's a scholar and he wanders around through here. I will add more stuff to like on the tables. Maybe even put in a few more tables. But I actually want to keep this more like a meeting hall. Well, I brought our friends this table from the 7th house. Our skull, some incense. Again, this is basically a larger companion house to what I have at the Aquarian Gallery. I installed all of these saints instead of the normal windows that you'd see there. Wish they had more, but they don't. So, get out of there. I'm going to add more stuff back here. We have a snake with a crystal egg. This, I think I got it a while ago, but actually started working on it 2 or 3 days ago. So this part of the video is mainly me figuring out what I want to do with the thing. I'll make these more into Foley offices and things like that, and add more decorations to them. Now let's go outside. I've actually done almost everything I want to do to finish out here. The biggest problem with working with places this big is you just don't have the space for furniture or anything else. I could easily stick another half dozen house guests, animals, whatever, out here alone, much less inside anywhere. Okay, for here, Panther Fang, I'm setting up this little area, a little courtyard area. I'll put in more stuff. But, you remember what I said about watching for people's pathing? This is the pathing that I have to stay away from. I might alter some of these guys if I do things, but right now I want this to have just a small seating area, and that's about it. Okay, we'll get out of the pathing. And most of the work is out here. I'm sticking benches in places, and maybe a few tables and that to make it look lived in out here. I'm trying to keep these type of benches. I have, yes, the blacksmith lady out here. And I have my manufacturing center set up here with all of it right in one area. This is one of the first things I work on. I even have the cooking area, which I'll put another one inside out here. So that I can do all my crafting in one area here. Now I am going to, since I'm here, pop in real quick and install a few things. Mainly this. again, this would be a nightmare if it wasn't for the precision edit that I'm going to be doing shortly. Because right now I don't really care. Where's that at? There. Wow, I actually got that one close. Okay, now we do precision edit. Now we bring it out. And I'll call that done. And that's why precision edit has become such a godsend for all of us who actually do housing. Because what I just did there would easily have taken me 30 minutes to do normally. Do another precision edit. Then we come off to the side. And do a quick shift for rotating. And leave it like that and go back to move. I have the precision for the rotating back and forth set really low. Like 0.2 degrees or something. Okay, good enough. Actually, go back. There we go. That's accurate. Go back to move because I just like setting there. I needed light around here to even show it off. I went and bought a bunch, made a bunch of these before I started the video. Okay, so now we go around. You see her wandering around. We have Mike again out here somewhere. I'm going to have more boxes and stuff to make this actually look lived in. And along here, things like benches. Oh, the dog, right. Same dog. Actually, I like this one much better. I'll put in some lighting and a few more benches and things. Maybe a few more cargo stuff along some of the walls. This place needs lighting too. Probably stick one right up there. Here's our guard that wanders around. I actually use him here. He makes sense here. Here I'll just put lighting and maybe some cargo there. This place is not well lit. I'm going to end up grinding out a bunch of those lighting sconces and just sticking them in places. I have a bunch of mushrooms I may plop in here. And we're back out to this side now after having gone around. Like contemplating, this is some savior from back in the first age or something. I should know all of this because I'm a Khajiit, but yeah. Oh, and these lighting effects here you can actually get. I forgot exactly where I got them the last couple of chapters, and I thought they'd look pretty good right there. Of course, you can buy them too, but they're ridiculously priced. And another area that needs lighting, or better lighting. Most of this is going to just be filling in the tables, chairs, or to make it just look lived in with cargo, various barrels and stuff sitting around. Okay, this, I believe, now is going into Panther Fang proper. Yep, the fort. I have our serving lady out there. With this area here, I'm literally not doing anything with, except like putting food, plates, and dishes and stuff on here and filling it in like that. I don't really think it needs any more furniture. And again, with the limitations to how much stuff you can stick in here, I'd rather have what we have look sort of lived in and used as opposed to not so much. I have her wandering around inside, and her path takes her all around the castle, so you'd see her a lot. More areas. I plop this in here just to get some lighting. That's one of the first things I think I'm going to do. I'm going to randomly go through and stick these up on the walls. And that way I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm not going to bother with the top at all other than leave it what it is. I may include a few more of these seating areas with tables and stuff like that. Surprisingly, as big as this place is, there isn't a whole lot of area for like paintings like that. And you have these alcoves, which I'm sure is supposed to stick something in. Be nice if there's a few less windows like that, but make do. I'll make this into a lot better seating arrangement, probably coming all the way out to here, almost like a small office reception area in and of itself. You can stare down upon the peasants. It really depends on the item count I've got going on here as to how much I can do. This I'm not doing anything with. I'm just sort of leaving it as sort of upstairs bedroom space and just leaving it like that. If I have leftover item slots, I might stick stuff on tables like this. And as far as upstairs, all the way up top, forget that. Not bothering with it at all. Okay, as we head out, this was a quick tour for Panther Fang. Anyone who doesn't have it, it's a really cool place, but just prepared to spend a lot of time actually making it look good or not generic. Again, in this here area alone, I could use a half dozen or more guests, pets, stuff wandering around to make it look alive. It's too bad, really. Things this big, you have a choice to make. You either do the outside and ignore anything in the inside, or you do the inside and ignore everything on the outside. We'll see how that goes. Yep, keep guarding. Oh wow, that is my housing and current design plans for Panther Fang. It'll give me something to do other than the mindless grind until the new chapters start coming out. And having said that, sure there will be some sort of new housing, and since it's in Britain style, it'll probably look really cool, and I will really want to get it, but I don't think I actually have the time to do another one of these like this. Well, we'll see. Wait around until it goes on sale or something, then pick up the extra house there. Okay. And that's it for now. I'll probably be back on later with either doing Undaunted or most likely in Cyrodiil or something like that. We'll see. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. And bye.